2020, the project did not take off because they could not secure an EPZ license. But everybody in my community knew that it was government land. Nobody also interfered with the land. So when the project under Chelsea couldn't take off, the next governor was Governor His Excellency Emeka Ihediohat, Commander of the Order of the Niger. When he took over, he also tried to do agricultural products, processing zone there. You all know how the administration ended quickly before His Excellency the Civil Senator Hoku Zodima took over. 15th of January 2020. When we took over, the governor received so many applications of persons interested in investing in him, in that land. And it was because of that that he assigned the Surveyor General to go and establish the perimeter fencing, the perimeter of that land. And it was because of the Surveyor General's work that we discovered that natives had removed some of the survey beacons of that area. Fast forward, we got an inquiry from Zion Ministries that some natives wanted to sell that land to Zion Ministries. But a well-meaning traditional ruler in our community, in our area, alerted Zion Ministries to go and investigate at the Ministry of Lands that that land belonged to government. Before this time, Zion Ministries had already done traditional rights with some of the communities who own land there. They had prepared to move to Lagos to negotiate before the Zion Ministries came on inquiry on search at the Ministry of Lands. That's how the deal was. It was a scheme to take money from the ministry that failed. That is the anger of some of the protagonists of this agitation I'm reacting to. So when the deal knocked, like our people, young men, we normally say, they got infuriated. And the government, upon learning of that position, Zion Ministries now applied to Imo State government. This is a counterpart of the application they made to Imo State government for allocation of part of that land. I will read the application to you. We write for land allocation at Ndi Ngor Okpala local government area for Zion Prayer Management Outreach, a non-denominational prayer ministry fully registered in Nigeria. Below is a list of projects the ministry is bringing to Ndi, Imo State. Zion Prayer Auditorium, Zion Standard World Class Hospital, Specialist, Standard Schools, creche, nursery, primary, secondary, tertiary institution, skill acquisition centers, Zion production companies for candles, oil, water making factory, estate development, a standard well-developed Zion city in Ndi, an event center, and market development. The ministry will help develop the communities and offer first choice employment to the youths and indigenous who are capable and qualified for various post-job vacancies that will be advertised upon completion of the project. We received this letter on the 18th of April 2024. By that time, I was not here as commissioner. It's just coincidental that I am here now, but when this process started, I wasn't here. I inherited it. Now, when government did its due diligence, remembering the development the Zion Ministry had brought to Lagos State, anybody who goes to that area will attest to this. Being an Imo indigene, the proprietor of the ministry, being an Imo indigene, anxious to come home and develop Imo State, the government acceded to the application. Upon due process and all diligence, the government considered them fit. But before doing that, The Chelsea business, which was a partnership with Imo State government and Chelsea Group, having failed for the better part of 10, 11 years without takeoff, the state government first and foremost revoked the CFO, or Projects Administration, granted to Imo Chelsea Limited. This is the revocation order. The revocation order signed by the governor of Imo State was on the 5th of February 2024. Before Zion Ministry even applied for this land. And everybody knows that under the Land Use Act, when land is acquired by a government for public purpose, it is the government that decides what public purpose it will put the land to. Or where a municipality used to be somebody's farmland. Abuja used to be Wari people's farmland. Lagos used to be some people's farmland. Today everywhere is developed. Why is it different here? Are we going to die in subsistence farming like our great-grandparents did? Why wouldn't Ndi Ngor Okpala people go to Lagos to look for work when there is opportunity of working at home if our place is developed? That is the spirit behind this matter. To develop our communities. I know accepting change is difficult for some people who are not forward-looking. But when change comes, we must embrace it. Now, after revoking this order, we processed the application for Zion Ministries. And I want to tell you, before this time, going through the records of government, we saw that every compensation agreed upon between the government and the representatives of the communities, that Imo State government paid all. I have here the indemnity signed by representatives of the village, of the communities. The indemnity signed by them for the balance of their compensation, 123 million naira, signed by the persons I mentioned as their representatives. I have here from the government records evidence of checks covering the amount received by the estate valuers who acted for the communities. They are all here. They are all here. Imo State government checks paid as far back as the last payment was in 2014. 2014 was under Okorocha administration. The first one paid under Achikudenwa's administration. I have it also here. Now, as usual with government, when such money is paid, there's an indemnity in case we pay to the wrong people. The indemnity is here. Nobody had complained to us that they didn't receive money. And this day, indemnity had expired, which means the payment was done properly. I have here also the list of the families, community by community, and the amount received by their leaders from the representatives. They are all here, records of Minister of Lands. Of course, these things will also be tendered in court in defense of that bogus case. They are all here. Some of those boys agitated, their fathers' names are here. That is why when you go to their press conference, you see young men under 40 years agitating. Where are their fathers? Their fathers are not there because their fathers know they signed, they all agreed to the acquisition, they signed the compensation, and they have kept away from the land all these years. They are all here. How the families got money. They are all here, documented, signed for fully. They are all here. Now, all this happened before our relationship with Zion Ministries commenced. Government did not acquire any new land for Zion Ministries. Government gave Zion Ministries Incorporated part of our existing acquisition in Ndi. The left-hand side of that acquisition is still vacant, unoccupied. But I'll tell you a story about that left-hand side. Some illegal transactions have been happening there. People purporting to sell to investors. Because wherever the Zion Ministry is, people go to buy land to build. And when we moved against them for selling government land, illegal sale, which won't work, they resorted to the blackmail in the press. of how government is acquiring their land for Zion ministries. No, it's not the case. We are going to prosecute those who attempted to sell government land there without any authorization. We are going to prosecute them, and they are running away from criminal prosecution. Many of them are in Abuja doing press conference, lodging in hotels with money realized from genuine investors who had come to develop the area, but selling land that they don't own to those unsuspecting members of the public. The land belongs to Imo State government, and the Imo State government has decided what to do with part of the land by allocating 1,000 hectares for Zion ministries for integrated development. Those of you who went there this morning, you have seen what is going on there. The pace of work there is like how Abuja started. Everybody will agree with me. The road is being expanded. And when the ministry had an activity there last December, for 3 days, if I'm not mistaken, every family in Mbishi benefited. Land, one plot of land that we used to sell at 200, 300,000, as of today, is 10 million naira. How can you be benefiting and you are at the same time complaining? There are people, all the laborers you see there, all the workers there, are they from the moon? They are also from our locality. It's the lazy people who are doing this agitation without the support of the community. And I will ask you, which traditional ruler did you see having press conference? If there's any problem about that land acquisition, is it not the traditional rulers, the president generals, who should be talking, the councillor, the honorable member representing Ndi Ngor Okpala, the House of Reps member, and probably the Senate of Owerri? It's just some free agents who are out to protect the illegal transactions they went into with unsuspecting members of the public over land that is not theirs. They are the ones agitating. And we think it's better we let you know the truth so that the story will be balanced, because those who published their story neglected to revert to us for our own side of the story.